The Grandfather Paradox is a time horror that first aired in 1982. It was written by an author. And interestingly, the original story contained a few more plot twists than the final version we got. The basic premise is this. A historian called Kate, played by Sissy Spacek, is researching a series of murders that happened in her apartment building back in the 1940s. She's going through old files when she comes across some old film reels. And these film reels show her being murdered in her apartment by a man in a Santa mask. Now, obviously, this is a time travel story, so there's a few ways this could go. You could say that it's a premonition and she has to prevent her murder from happening in the future. But that's not what happens. Instead, the film plays out to its logical conclusion, and she gets killed in the exact same way that it was shown to her in the film. After this, Kate tries to burn the film to destroy the evidence, but this sets her apartment on fire. Then she tries to warn her friends about what's going to happen to them, but in doing so, she makes them the killers. See, the thing with time travel stories is that you can't really change anything, because whatever you do, the timeline will always remain consistent. If you kill Hitler as a baby, for example, you just become the new dictator of a world where World War II happened anyway. So Kate's only option is to die, which she does at the end of the movie. But this actually ends up being a good thing, because it means that the tape still exists, which is discovered by a young girl who finds it in her attic years later. There's a couple of interesting themes going on here. Obviously, the idea of fate versus free will is a big one. If your fate is predetermined, then why do anything? But there's also something to be said about the power of belief. Like, if you believe something is going to happen, then it gives you the power to make it happen. And it's also worth noting that this movie came out in 1982, which is exactly 40 years before today's video. So, happy 40th anniversary to the Grandfather Paradox.